Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of Non-Fungible Taylor. I'm still your host, Taylor. It hasn't changed since episode 1, believe it or not. So, probably surprised to see that I'm back for an episode 2, since I didn't think the first episode went too well. I think I kind of talked a little too slow, too many breaks, too many ums, too many lip smacks. But you know what? I'm back, and I'm stronger than ever. And I'm still quiet because I have neighbors sleeping upstairs. I'm sorry. So, not a lot has gone on since the first episode's release, other than some more progress on my cartoons that I've been working on. So, I told you last time I was working on a photo collection project and also a cartoon a day project. I've been working a lot more on the cartoon a day than the photo project recently. So figured I'd talk a little bit about my process with what's going on with that, what I've been thinking about, what I've been doing, some ideas. So basically what I've been doing is the whole idea is that I'm drawing one cartoon a day. And I've actually kind of got a little ahead of myself. So I sketched about 10 or 12 new characters, and what I did was I literally have like a giant sketchbook that's technically made for colored pencils, but I've been using it just to sketch into because I like how the paper feels and I like how pencil feels on it, if that makes any sense to you guys. I drew out like a grid, and I told myself I'd start with some random shape, and then going from that shape I would turn it into like an actual character. Like I'd draw the line down the middle to represent the center of the face, and then I'd do another line horizontally for the eye line, and then the mouth line, the nose line. And then from there, I just kind of wing it, just kind of whatever I feel like doing, throwing this kind of shaped nose, that kind of shaped nose, either like fucked up eyes or normal eyes, hyper realistic eyes. Just started sketching, and I got about 12 of them done. And then what I did was kind of told myself, this isn't really one cartoon a day. So what I would do is every night I'd come home from work. I'd get home pretty late, like 11 o'clock. Today I actually got home early, 9 p.m., thank God. What I'd do, since I don't have a scanner, I like take a picture of it with my phone. My phone takes pretty good pictures. And I would upload that design into Adobe Illustrator, and I would trace over one cartoon every night. And I would add color, add some shading, turn it into a really nice vector design. And then after that, I'd create some really cool background. So what I would do is after I find the colors of the character that I want, I'll click on one of the shapes and I'll find out what the color hex code is. And there's this website called color-hex.com, I think it is. You just paste it into the search bar and it tells you complementary colors, the color triads that are in that, specific color, all the different shades and whatnot of that color. It's really cool. So what I would do is I'd find some sort of color that not necessarily is the complementary color, but it's in the triad, the color triad. I'd make that the background, and I'd do some sort of fade. So I'd have one solid background color, and then I would have a smaller circle inside that was a lighter color. And I'd have that outside color fade into the lighter color. So I kind of had a good process going. That's kind of what I've been doing every night. I did get a little ahead myself. So I ended up doing 9 of them, I think. And I'm just going to release one every day to stick to the one cartoon a day thing that I set for myself. So one of the hardest things that I find is I always start something and then I pull back when it doesn't work instantly. That's what I've noticed I do a lot. So I'm really struggling. Like I'm really trying to focus and stick to the plan that I've set. So I told myself I'm going to do one release every single day of the cartoons. And then every weekend, I'm going to do the 3 photos that I challenged myself to do, give away one for free. With the cartoon thing, I'm just kind of winging it. I'm for sure sticking to one a night. Or I'm trying to get my name out there, so I keep trying to do giveaways, but my giveaways are very unsuccessful. I think I had one on Reddit a while ago for my photo one that seemed to go pretty well. I think I got about, I can actually tell you. Yeah, one of my posts got 14 comments on it. The other one got 71 comments on it for a giveaway. I thought that was pretty good. But then I posted a giveaway for my cartoons yesterday. I think I got one person to comment their wallet address. And I tried to do one tonight too, and I have zero. Literally nothing. So it's a little disheartening. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. But that's kind of what I wanted to do this podcast. I want to talk about my shortcomings and, my thoughts, what I think I should do differently. So one of the things I literally have, I have notes that I wrote down at work, and then I had to throw that paper away at work. So I took a picture of my notes on my phone. So it's some weird meta notes. So one of the, I talked about my process of my cartoons. That's one of the things I wanted to discuss. One of the things I did miss is the characters' backstories. So one of the things I've been trying to do is I really sit down and focus. And when I go to upload to OpenSea, one of my cartoons, I try to come up with some sort of short backstory. Like maybe they have some sort of power that has to do with what they look like, or just some sort of interesting history. Like the one I did yesterday is a demon, and it's only because he had grayish skin, and I don't even know why I did that. I just wanted it to look different skin tone. So he had gray skin and a snapback hat on. So I was like, oh, well, he's a demon who grew up as a human, kind of like Hellboy, but not Hellboy. I actually have a Hellboy looking character, but it's completely not derivative. So I've been trying to do that. Today's design, I think his name is Gerald Goodby, and he has really big pupils. So his quote unquote specialty is he has extreme focus, and anything he focuses on, nothing can break that. And it's kind of a detriment to him because he misses out on important things in his life because he can't stop focusing on certain things that aren't important. Kind of like me. All these characters are kind of an extension of me, except I'm not a demon, as far as I know. I did talk about what I wanted in a community last time. I kind of wanted to go over that again today. So I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on people who have big NFT projects, Discords with thousands and thousands of people. That'd be great and all, but I honestly want a community where I feel like I'm a part of my own community and not just a bunch of people wanting free stuff. I love connecting with people and learning what makes people tick, especially artists, and just creative people in general, just the way they view the world and how they, their process in creating things. I want to try to create a Discord, maybe for artists to join. We could talk about our processes and critique each other, give each other feedback, make some good changes. It's kind of what I always wanted. Maybe some gaming buddies too. I think I talked about that in the first episode. I think that'd be really cool because I miss the days in high school where I could just sketch all the time, and instead of paying attention in class, you could still pass, but showing everybody my doodles and having them be like, whoa, that's so cool. And then going home and playing video games for fucking 8 hours with all my friends from school. That'd be the ideal setup. Having a Discord or some sort of community right now with a bunch of people where we could talk about NFTs and art, but also play games together because we're cool and we're close. Something like that. I know people in real life. I have friends that I play games with, but they don't like talking about crypto or art or anything like that. So I kind of want, best of both worlds. That's my ultimate goal, if that's even possible. That's the kind of audience I want to reach with this podcast too. That'd be sick. One of my ideas, I did want to talk about some potential ideas I could do for my characters. And one of them was possible recorded character dialogue. So I was looking at my 12 characters, and I noticed I could start kind of hearing them in my head, like hearing their voices. Sorry, I'm cracking my knuckles. trying to intimidate you guys into listening to me. I thought about having recorded voices because it's one of the things I've always been interested in is in voice acting. And I'll do a bunch of different accents and stuff like that. And I think it'd be cool to kind of give each character not only their own backstory, but literally their own voice, voiced by me. Even potentially paying voice actors if this thing really takes off. I think that'd be really cool. But right now, I think that's just way too much work for me. Like I'm working 50 plus hours a week in my full-time job. And then I spend what little time I have left when I get home with my girlfriend watching TV and stuff. Doesn't really leave me a whole lot of time to record voices. Podcast has already kind of taken up a lot of time as it is, but it's a lot of fun doing this. So I'm not too concerned. One of my other ideas, let's see. Yep. Process with character backstory, did that. I think that was it. I definitely did want to start getting into animation too. That's one of the ideas I had with my Street Rat Mafia collection. I thought it'd be really cool to have like an actual animated series where each character is like an actual character in the story with their own voice and their powers and stuff. But talk about too much work. I have to spin an entire narrative, and just the animation process alone is ridiculously hard and tedious. But I always, I have it open. I think that'd be a really cool idea, doing an animation like that. And perhaps like holders of the NFTs could have say in where the story goes, depending on what characters you have. Like maybe the characters could generate tokens based on staking. This is like blockchain development, but I don't know how to do any of that. I think it'd be really cool to reward holders with tokens, and then you have certain voting power based on how many tokens you have. The more tokens you have, the more power you have to like change the story based on the characters you have. I think that'd be so cool. That might be way too involved though. Like that's in the future once I learn how to actually code. Don't know how to do any of that. Right now, all I can do is design and upload to OpenSea. That's about it. I guess that's a good segue to my next topic of discussion is mental health. Mental health and NFTs I have written down. I think I saw some Twitter post about somebody's depression is being helped by NFTs. And it kind of sounds ridiculous, but there's kind of truth to it with me, I'd say. Because I've been struggling big time. I have what's called depersonalization, derealization disorder. So DPDR for short. Basically what it means is I'm not depressed or anything like that. I'm actually pretty happy. But I have a general like disconnect from my mind and my body. Like I don't feel like a real person, if that makes any sense. The best way I found to describe it is it's kind of like you're in a dream. You're having a lucid dream, which means you're dreaming, but you can't wake up. That's pretty much what it is for me every day, constantly. It's been like that for 10 years. I've had bouts of depression and mood swings and whatnot, but that's the most prominent thing that I've had to deal with. And it's almost, like I said, it's not depression, but it almost gives you the feeling of what's the point? Because you're so disconnected. It's like, this isn't even real. I'm going to wake up at any moment now. Like I'm in a coma somewhere, maybe. Got in a really bad car accident and I went into a coma, and that's the life I'm living right now in my head. But obviously it's not productive to think that way because I'm not going to wake myself up. If that's the case, I'm just going to stay in here until something happens, But what does this have to do with NFTs? I kind of strayed away. So if you remember in the first episode, I talked about me always trying to design and then I just give up on stuff. Well, NFTs have kind of given me a vehicle to really put the pedal to the metal and focus and really grind out some art and keep up with it. Like I'd always start designing stuff, or I'd start making music. music and other podcasts and just designs and stuff. I literally created a name for myself as like a musical artist called Next Fat, and I would do like dubstep and rhythm and house music. I'd crank out like 10 really cool tracks, and then I would just completely give up, completely drop the ball because I just lose interest in it. But with NFTs, I don't know if it's the potential of there being money involved or if it's the technology or what it is, but for some reason, just the thought of cranking out stuff like this with the technology and all that stuff has really just motivated me so much. Like, this is the most I've actually been consistent with recording a podcast or uploading a design every day and constantly tweeting and posting on LinkedIn. The only thing I've kind of dropped the ball on was Instagram. But to be honest, I've looked at other collections and gone to their Instagrams, and some of them are very, very lackluster. So it almost kind of tells me that Instagram is not dead, but probably not the best medium for this kind of stuff. Even though they always say visual, like artistic stuff is always popular on Instagram, but I don't know if I believe that anymore. I think Twitter is definitely the way to go. My other next venture is going to be TikTok. I think I have a couple TikTok accounts, but I have my main one, which is just T-Bucky Films. I think I have like one funny thing posted on there, and I have a skit that I made with my girlfriend. But the point is, obviously I'm still disconnected from reality, but I have this drive in me now that I've never seen before. Like, ever since I've started doing this stuff, I've been able to, like, sounds ridiculous, but I've been working out like crazy. I've been eating really well. I've been actually losing a lot of weight. I'm 6'2", and I was 245 pounds at my heaviest, probably like 30% body fat. So kind of chunky. And it might be a coincidence, but since starting my NFT journey, I'm down to 223. I'm still 6'2", if you were wondering. I don't know what percentage body fat I'm down to, but it's definitely noticeably down. I'm a lot thinner. It's just kind of crazy how something like this can really shift your mindset on stuff. Again, I wasn't really depressed, but I just have this like yearning to keep going, keep moving forward. And again, I don't know if it's, if it's a carrot dangling in front of me of the potential of having money. I don't think it is, but it might be. I am in a lot of debt, so any kind of money would help. Got a car to pay off, a lot of medical debt. That's the thing that sucks about my mental issues. So I get these really bad headaches sometimes. I think they're called ice pick headaches or cluster headaches. And it's about twice a month, 2 or 3 times a month, I get this, like, it literally feels like an ice pick being shoved into my fucking skull. And it only lasts like a second or two, but it's the worst pain I've ever felt. So I got a head scan done and a couple other tests, and it just costs so much money just to find out there's nothing there. I mean, I have a brain. That's there. There's nothing to indicate that anything's wrong with me, though. That's kind of the most frustrating part, right? If you guys have stuff that's wrong with you that nobody can see, it's like people don't really give you credibility anymore. It's kind of sad. I wish I could, mint my mental problems. Therefore, it's verifiable on the blockchain. There's proof. People can see it. It's in the code. I'm just rambling. But seriously, though, NFTs and smart contracts, they interest me so much. Just the technology is so cool. And I think it's kind of tarnished by projects that are, just kind of tossed out there. I don't know how people do it. There's so many projects I see that are just the same 10,000 mints of randomly generated art. And there's like no personality to them. There's just so many that it's like, how can you kind of relate to that project? But you go to their Discord servers and they have thousands and thousands of people actively commenting. And then you go on their OpenSea and it says they have 100 Ether volume trading. And you're like, what the fuck? How do projects like that get so popular yet? People like me who do actual art and like really spend time making sure each character has meaning and has actual, traits and characteristics. It's like we don't get anywhere. You have to pump so much money into marketing and advertising and Facebook ads, Google ads, LinkedIn ads, just ads, influencer marketing. It's just insane. It's like, how do people like me stand out? Maybe a podcast like this, who knows? Someone will listen to this and relate and be like, hey, I like this guy. As it stands right now, I don't have a Discord. I should probably make one just in case, But if you do want to reach me, my Twitter handle is @CrownNFTs. So it's @CrownNFTs. And it's the same on my Instagram, my Facebook. My TikTok is TBuckyFilms. So TBUCKYFILMS. So, I mean, honestly, if you actually listen to this, I checked the analytics of my first episode. No one's listening. But if you find this and you are listening, definitely reach out to me. I think that'd be so cool. I want to make genuine connections. So it'd be so cool if you listen to this and messaged me and said, hey, I listen to your shit. I relate. I'm basically a different version of you, but in like Singapore or something. That would be amazing to me. I want to see how much reach this can get. Because there's no way I'm the only one that feels this. I mean, right? Turn into Beetlejuice for a second. Hey, baby. There's no way I'm the only one that feels this. There's so many artists in the world. I've seen it. I've seen other people on Twitter doing similar to me with nobody following them. No one gives a shit. I never know what hashtags to use because I see some Twitter people who don't use any hashtags and they get 1,000 retweets and 1,000 comments and likes. And I see people using like 30 hashtags and they get the same amount. So I'm like, well, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to use them or am I not supposed to use them? I don't get it. So that whole world is confusing and frustrating to me. Can we talk about the new Buzz Lightyear movie where Buzz looks like Joe from Family Guy? I'm not the first person to say that. I've seen so many memes about it. Peter, going to space. Yeah, that's... Like I said, I like to do voices and accents and characters and stuff. I think I could do Hank Hill too. Let me try it. God damn it, Bobby. I like propane and propane accessories. It's weird when I gotta be quiet. There's so many voices I can do, but I gotta like scream them. Not about to do that. But anyway, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I gave you some thoughts of what I want to do. But as of right now, I'm running a giveaway. So if you guys want to check out my Twitter again, @CrownNFTs, NFTS, or on my Reddit account, tbucky_films, just follow the rules of my giveaway. I really want to give this away to someone that actually cares. But if not, it is what it is. That's part of the fun, I guess. It's not knowing. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now. Still just cranking out my cartoons a day, working on my photos for this weekend's photo drop. Please drop a like, follow my podcast, and reach out to me. So hopefully I'll be going on to my episode 3 soon. Sorry for the short episode, but figure it's easier to listen to a 25-minute episode than a 3-hour one. Also, I am looking for guests. I really want to interview people that are in the NFT space and have really good projects going on. I don't want to interview the basic projects that everyone sees. I want to interview the people like me who are just starting out and want to hear what you guys are thinking. So if that interests you, reach out to me as well. But if not, I'll see you in episode 3. Thanks.